Warm welcome viewers, you're watching 7 at 7, the only news bulletin where I curate the day's top 7 stories for our viewers. I'm Preeti Chaudhary. These are the headlines. Prime Minister Modi unveils national emblem on the roof of new parliament. Owaisi, guns for Modi, says constitution norms violated. Congress says Lok Sabha Speaker and not Modi should have unveiled the emblem. EPS gets AIDMK mantle, sacks rival OPS from primary membership of party over alleged DMK nexus. OPS supporters fight pitched battle on Chennai streets. Big split in Mahagadi after losing power. NCP chief Sharad Pawar says Uddhav unilaterally renamed Aurangabad. BJP says Shinde's Hindutva push vindicated. Debate over population control gets bigger. Yogi says need for population control above caste and religion. AIMIM says replacement level below fertility level. Day 3 of presidential palace siege in Sri Lanka. Protesters adamant demand resignation of Prime Minister and President. Former cricketer Jayasuriya backs regime change.
Not only me, it's everyone. This is not my personal thing. This is the whole Sri Lankans. What they wanted, because they've been suffering.
ED's herald heat on the Gandhis continues. Now agency summons Sonia Gandhi for questioning on July 21st, after she had sought 4 weeks' time due to ill health. Chorus to drop Virat Kohli grows after Kapil Dev. Former pacer Venkatesh Prasad says put form above reputation. Skipper Rohit jumps in, says we totally back Kohli.
ऐसे कमेंट्स बाहर निकलते हैं तो ये चीज ध्यान में रखना चाहिए कि प्लेयर का क्वालिटी कभी खराब नहीं होता, तो उस क्वालिटी को बैक किया जाता है क्योंकि प्लेयर के पास क्वालिटी है और हम वो क्वालिटी देख के प्लेयर को बैक करते हैं.
All right, Sri Lanka plunged into economic political crisis. Unprecedented visuals coming in. My colleague Ashutosh Mishra is on ground in Colombo and he filed this report.
Once the seat of Lanka's high and mighty, evoking awe among the masses, the sprawling presidential palace and the imposing office-cum residence of the Prime Minister are now tourist spots, overrun by boisterous protesters who continue to camp inside, using its bedrooms, swimming pools, gyms, kitchens and lush green lawns. India Today, the only channel reporting from ground, visited the Prime Minister's residence.
So this is the official residence of the Prime Minister where I am at the moment in the capital Colombo, and these are the same protesters who were engaged in arsoning, who were engaged in the violent clashes, who captured these superpower establishments in Colombo, are now themselves cleaning the lawn, cleaning the garbage.
The protesters were seen having a gala time, playing games and picnicking at the Prime Minister's residence.
The protesters, the youngsters who have gathered and virtually camped here can be seen playing board games, lying on the couch, resting, as they have been camping here. Ever since the protest broke out, they barged into the President's house, the Prime Minister's house, and now you can see them resting here on the couch.
Parts of President Gotabaya's residence have been turned into community kitchen funded by the protesters and rustling up food for the masses.
Here, what I see, the protesters have begun their own kitchen. The food is being cooked here. That's the dal rice that they are serving people. And here, there's a huge queue. Look at these people, those who are coming here. They're having their food and, of course, washing their plates as well. And all this is being done by their own contribution.
Rejoicing over the president's fall from grace, the national anthem of Sri Lanka was heard being played on the piano by protesters.
अब आप यहाँ देख पा रहे हैं कि तमाम जो प्रदर्शनकारी जुटे हैं, ये प्रधानमंत्री आवास का पियानो है और यहाँ पर श्रीलंका का राष्ट्रीय गीत बजाया जा रहा है. फिलहाल इन प्रदर्शनकारियों के लिए जश्न का मौका है क्योंकि जिस मांग के लिए ये लड़ रहे थे वो पूरी हो रही है. What is the message by the protesters through the music.
To have a good country for the future, right? Actually, to children, to the younger crowd, needs a good country, a strong country with the new faces.
India today also visited the Colombo port, which the president had allegedly used to flee the country, using ships from the Lankan Navy.
It is believed to be that using the secret tunnel and the safe house in the President House, he managed to escape via the Navy headquarters, which is just located 600 to 700 meters right behind me, and through that he escaped via the Colombo Trust, and that the Colombo port right behind me. Of course, there is a Sri Lankan Navy and also the port, since a part of this economic zone being built up by China. That was also under tremendous controversy and the questions were raised.
India today also visited spots and viral images of Lankan security forces brutally attacking protesters coming to the fore.
From the barricade, just barely 30 to 40 meters is the another gate. Now you can see how badly it has been crushed. The metal, the hard metal gate looks totally crushed. When the protesters were trying to enter from that gate, there was firing from the Sri Lankan army. Now they say it wasn't fire on the protesters, but it was standard protocol was followed when there was air firing and the firing on these walls. Now once we move towards the gate where the protesters were trying to enter and escaped, these bullet marks are visible quite here. Look at these marks. And this is so deep hole that looks like multiple rounds through AK-47 was fired.
The Lanka spring showing no signs of withering as of now, and it promises to reshape the future of the island nation. With Ashutosh Mishra in Colombo, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, viewers, I want to cut across to my colleague Pramod, who's joining us from Colombo with the very latest. Pramod, would you get us up to speed with the latest ground situation and help our viewers separate what's going on? We are seeing visuals of abject chaos in front of the presidential palace, a siege of sorts, very angry protesters. Is it a civil war-like situation, or on the streets everything is going on as normal, law and order prevails there?
Well, on one side, things are definitely going on normal in Sri Lanka, but at the other side, that they are like certain people who are involved in it are ready to call it as a revolution. However, you could see behind us, these are the chandeliers, these are the public, general public, not just from Colombo, but from various other locations who never had access to the Prime Minister's house or the presidential palace or the president's office. They have come over here, they are looking around, and they want to have the first-hand feel of how their president or the Prime Minister has lived so far. And not just that, here you could see one person playing the piano, and like it's one of the properties of the Prime Minister's house, and now it has become a public property. That way they are enjoying it. There is no kind of age limit, nothing like that. Children are here, old people are here. Everybody just want to see how their leaders have lived so far. And not just that, right outside this building there is a graffiti which says open for public. This is how they want to show this as well. So like nearly 1,000 people come over here every day, and not just that. So for what these the protesters have done here is that they have decided to provide them with food also. So on one side of this place, you could see that we have to be very careful with the crowd here. On the other side, there is an actual kitchen that has been made, and this kitchen, this ember, is actually burning 24/7, and food is being prepared here for like nearly 1,000 people a meal per day. There you have the meal that's coming to us. That's the ember, and they are actually serving us. Thank you so much. So what have you done for the day?
We have done some manioc and some onion sambal. And for dinner we have noodles and onion sambal also.
Also, I have one of the volunteers also, and we would like to ask you something. Where are you getting the supplies from to provide the protesters or the public who are coming here?
Well, it's all the Sri Lankans who are supporting us. It's volunteers that we have. They are giving us all the meals, the drinks, so we have abundance of food. Although Sri Lanka is in a food crisis, trust me, we are like one family. We have enough food, drinks. We are all here for one mission. That is to send Ranil and Gota home. So none of us are starving. We are in our highest morals, and these are the meals that we are eating. We are eating cassava, which is one of the favorites of the Sri Lankans. And then we have actually choice today. Today we have noodles. Like this morning we got breakfast, kiribat. So on the 13th, we are going to have Kiribati, which is enough.
How are you going to sustain until 13th or 14th or until the new president is elected?
We actually,
Where do you get the fund from? Because I could see at least 5,000 people here.
Yeah, it's not the funds, it's the rationals that we get, because we, this is the young generation. We are on this Facebook, WhatsApp groups. We have enough, and social media. The youth of this country, we are connected. So
Using social media, you're bringing up all these items here.
Absolutely right. When on the 9th of July, when the crisis was happening, the government actually jammed the media, the WhatsApp connection. So we were unable to communicate, they thought, but we were able to communicate. So this is not, we do not get cash donations, it's the rationals that we get.
I understand that you're ready to provide food for the public here and make sure that the public are here. So once Rajapaksa quits, what's going to be the next step? Who's going to be the next president? Will you accept anybody who's been appointed by the parliament?
No, we don't think that the 225 who are in the politics positions now, because they're all corrupted. We, the new generation, thinks that a youth, a person who is suitable, a professional person will take it. Of course, there is a lot of Are
there competitions, or have you already decided on a candidate?
We don't have any competitions. No, we haven't thought of one. That subsequently, when time comes, we will select a suitable candidate. But right now, the provision is, this is a democratic country, so right now all the parties are talking who is going to be in power, sort of things, right? So we are there.
Will you be okay with anybody they choose?
No, we have already put up our agenda. We know what...
What is your agenda?
Well, what we have told them is that we do not want what Gota or the past presidents in this country has done, right? We have, actually all these politicians have gone through our manifesto. We have a manifesto. We have a manifesto, so they have gone through that. Even the Law Association of Sri Lanka has gone through our agenda. So they have to work towards our agenda. So if they are capable of finding some people, and if we think they are the right people, we have no problem. But we will select the right people for the right place, because we do not want to repeat what has taken place in this country for the last 34 years. There has to be a stop.
So tell us about the dish actually. So
actually, this is cassava. Right now we have a crisis in Sri Lanka. So much so, Sri Lanka never ever had to import rice. But unfortunately, because it is corrupted regime, the Rajapaksas, we have to get down rice from your country, India, China. So now our farmers are growing cassava. So this is homegrown cassava. And then we are eating with Maldivian fish and onions. The onions are grown here. Maldivian fish, of course, Sri Lanka. Around Sri Lanka is a little island, so we have the sea. So that's what this dish is all about. Over here is the same sambol we are having with noodles.
You're planning to celebrate on the 13th with any kind of special dish?
Yes, not all the Sri Lankans will be celebrating and will be part of the celebration. Be the people in the east, the north, the south, the west, all will be celebrating, because this is a grand celebration for all the Sri Lankans. The Sri Lankans in Sri Lanka and Sri Lankans overseas will be celebrating the victory once this corrupted regime leaves the country. Not only that, we will not let them live in peace. We will bring them to books. Justice should prevail, and we will get down the money. They cannot run out of our country.
Until then, you will not leave the government or institutions?
No, we have stayed here for, over 95 days we have stayed. We can't afford to stay. We have left behind our families, our jobs. We want to save our motherland for the generations to come. So that's why we are united.
So here you have one of the protesters and also the organizer where they are giving the food, and she very clearly mentions to save the nation they will continue to hold on to the government institutions, and they are preparing very good food, and they say that these are the cassava, right? This is cassava, and they're offering it to the public. General public are also, you could see they are really enjoying it. Even in this lawn at that current point, people are moving around.
What we're going to do is, for the next 5 minutes, we're going to stay with you. These visuals that you're beaming to us live from the presidential palace. Would you be able to get us more visuals, go inside, talk to more people? Also, once again, with what we began with, Pramod, what is the sense that you are picking up? Speak to the protesters, because what we are seeing, what the world is seeing, are images of abject chaos. Is that also filtering out on the streets, or does the rule of law prevail?
Well, the rule of law definitely prevails because so far there has been no kind of any illegal activity anywhere, and this is a very high-profile zone. People are coming over, they are being extremely polite, they are being extremely reasonable. All they want to do is visit the Prime Minister's house, visit the President's palace, and go around and just see, admonish. They're completely shocked to see what's happening, and they're enjoying that part because they know they will not get this chance. In fact, I have a couple of simple family over here. Sir, you come to visit this place, right? Are you happy with what's happening over here? What have you seen different here? Tell me, like you have come to this place, right? This is the first time you have come to the Prime Minister's house?
Yes, I proud my Sri Lankan campaign.
Why did you come here?
I'll see and...
To see.
Yes.
What have you seen here?
Our country
Yes.
proud in...
Okay. You support the protest and everything that is occurring in Sri Lanka currently?
No.
You don't support what is happening now?
I watch the TV and support here.
Do you support Gotabaya or you want him to resign? Gotabaya, do you want him to resign?
Yes.
Yeah, actually we want to, Gotabaya want to resign.
Where are you from and why are you here?
I'm from out of Colombo, but I'm working here because my job I'm here. But all protesters are, we are protesting because of this government. They want to resign the this leadership because of the corruption and a lot of crises like no fuel, no.
How much crisis have you faced because of in the past 3 months?
The past 3 months we don't have fuel. First of all, no gas, fuel, and gas, and a lot of dollars issues. So because of all Sri Lankans in the road, these conditions, so we are suffering for just getting our food also. Because of the basic things also we just lost because of this government. So that's what the protesters have done these things. And first time we have visited to this temple trees. Temple trees means the Prime Minister's house.
Yes,
Yeah.
So how does it look? You saw piano and everything over there. So how did you feel entering this place and looking? Because even after 7 o'clock you are still here. So you are trying to see various locations, right?
Yeah, but we have visited here to first time. But it's very looking beautiful. But they have, we are from the beginning of this country. So all facilities they have.
You're saying that when you are struggling, it is difficult to see them living in this manner?
Definitely, we are struggling because all guards are there, so we can't even walk this side. When we are walking this side, the guard will be watching. So this time only we have entered here.
But you're pretty certain that your Prime Minister, your President should resign?
Yeah, definitely. That's what we are protesting here. So people are enjoying it because of the resignation. He said next, I think 13 of when he will resign. Yeah. So that's what people are here. They are celebrating the resignation. So expecting, this is our expectation. He has to resign.
You're awaiting for his resignation to celebrate it.
Definitely, definitely.
Right, thank you. And this is the kind of mood that we see over here. And in fact, we also have like a couple of volunteers. Is this the first time you're coming over here? Have you visited?
Today, and also I was joined few days at Protect. Today I come.
You were part of the protest.
Yes, yes.
Did you storm into the President's palace?
No, no, I didn't go there. I visit first time there. And this is the now Rajapaksa ready to go to jail. Please give our robust money, and we don't have medicine, foods, and other chemicals. It's education, all are lost, and company also fell down because of the economic crisis. So we need our life again. We know 74 years we see same faces in Parliament. Now it has to change. We have a new generation, new leadership, new political concept, and international convocation. So we hope in that. So I am looking forward to valuable decision to 13th of this month, 13th. Now Rajapaksa ready to go to jail now. This is our most, I think 22 million, more than 225 people looking forward to this decision. So I hope this
entire Sri Lanka is waiting for his resignation. Yes. That's what you're trying to say.
Yes.
And you completely support the protest that is happening here?
Yes, every day I will support.
Every day?
Yes.
So is this the mood across Sri Lanka?
I think this is the first time I see this type of protest. Otherwise, this government is not reduced your support because the political crisis and army commander. They don't no legal at the moment no law at Sri Lanka, but we need the law.
You need the law and someone to actually take care of the economic crisis.
Yes.
And who do you think will be the right person actually? Because once you, okay, Gotabaya resigns, who will be the right person?
Because at the 225% there is, I think, they are not suitable to this position.
You don't trust anyone from the parliament?
No. I need to another party, another things, another person, good gentleman, good Sri Lankan. We need to have, our hope is that.
So you are a common man from Sri Lanka. Who do you have in your mind to run the nation after Gotabaya?
That is, we can't say that because all are in robbers. You know, during that 75 years, all are robbers of money and everything. But we can't trust.
Who do you want to be the next president?
I think it not be a political family.
Not from Gotabaya, but anybody. Not from Rajapaksa family, but anyone else is fine.
No. At end of, it not be a political family. That means Sri Lanka has a few political families. Now president is not be that families.
In the past 6 months, how much did you struggle because of the crisis? What kind of crisis did you face?
Because of no fuel and price increase at bus fares, foods, beverage, and medicine also increased that because this economic crisis. But difficult to live person.
So that's the reason you are supporting this protest.
Yes.
So you have one more person from here. It's the same answer everywhere you go. This entire road, which is a prominent location with a lot of government institutions and such, people are here on the road, but we didn't see any kind of like illegal activity. We have more protesters. Are you from Colombo or outside of Colombo?
Yeah, we are from Colombo.
So you've come here the first time. Why did you want to visit the Prime Minister's residence?
They have been living here in luxury while we are suffering from various problems around the country, and we all have the same purpose. That's like a better Sri Lanka for everyone.
So you believe that once Rajapaksa resigns, everything will be fine?
No, that's the first step towards that. But we have like very intelligent people. We have like people who went to Harvard, Oxford in high scholarships and who got like very good people. Like any sector you see, there's a person who's from Sri Lanka. Like just take Cecil Bellman. He's a Sri Lankan. He's a world-renowned architect. Like that in all the sectors there are Sri Lankans who are shining. You just have to bring the right person to the right place.
Do you have any right person in your mind?
There are too many people. We can't point out one. Everybody, we have better people in our country. Since these people are ruining the position and the right people are afraid to step forward to do the right thing, that's the problem right here. So when
there is also a saying that entering or breaking into the president's palace or the president's office, it is not right because those are government institutions and they are protected for a reason. Do you agree with it?
Yes, I agree with that. But if there's a right person there, we won't do that, right? So yeah, if we like a president who is good and we like them to give all the luxury, but they have to do the right thing for the government. It's not, the money is not only for yourself. It's the people who are suffering, and there's hierarchy living here. It should be for everyone.
These are the voice of the young Sri Lankans, and they have said that choose the right person, they will give you all they need, the support.
Pramod Madhav, thank you for joining us with those exclusive visuals right inside the presidential palace. Viewers, India today at the epicenter of the siege. We're going to continue to get you reports from Sri Lanka, boots on ground, where India today is concerned, minute-to-minute updates. Welcome, viewers. You're watching our fact check segment where we bust certain myths masquerading to be facts on social media platforms and WhatsApp groups. Now, there was a claim floating about suggesting that crowds in Gujarat, while listening to Arvind Kejriwal's campaign, said no to free electricity. The fact check on that, untrue, unclear audio of crowd's response to Kejriwal is the correct answer to the video that's been floating about. With this busting of a claim and our fact check segment, time for us to quickly wrap up 7 at 7.